For most of the 20th century, the residents of Buenos Aires lived within sight of the Rio de la Plata, but were effectively barred from reaching it. A wall of abandoned docks and industrial decay had turned the city's historic waterfront into an inaccessible void. By the 1990s, the Puerto Madero district was the center of a massive urban renewal project. The plan was to transform these derelict brick warehouses into a high-end commercial and residential hub, but a major physical gap remained. At Dock 3, a wide expanse of water completely separated the historic city center from this developing district. A pedestrian bridge was the obvious solution, but a fixed structure was impossible. The dock still had to accommodate tall ships and maritime traffic, meaning any crossing had to be able to clear the way on demand. Planners needed more than a simple utility crossing. They required a landmark that could solve a strict logistical constraint while providing a visual centerpiece for the district's modernization. Architect Santiago Calatrava was commissioned for the project. Known for his sculptural approach, he bypassed the traditional symmetrical drawbridge designs used in most ports. The final design called for an asymmetric cable-stayed bridge spanning 160 meters and weighing 800 tons. The core of the design is a 102.5-meter central section that rotates 90 degrees over the water. This movement allows ships to pass through the dock in under 2 minutes. The motion is powered by 20 computer-controlled motors concealed within a central white concrete cone, which serves as the bridge's pivot point. While this solved the traffic problem, rotating such a massive asymmetric deck created a significant balancing challenge. To keep the structure from tipping into the water while it spins, Calatrava had to use a specific cantilever geometry. This diagram shows the relationship between the two main components. The 39-meter pylon is a cantilever leaning backward at a 39-degree angle. 19 steel cables connect this mast to the rotating deck, distributing tension. This counterbalances the 800-ton deck, allowing it to spin safely. This structural layout wasn't just chosen for its efficiency. The shark-leaning asymmetry of the bridge was designed to represent a couple dancing the tango. Here, the leaning pylon represents the man, and the horizontal deck the woman. The cables mimic his arms suspending her in a classic tango dip. It is an instance where a cultural movement was successfully distilled into a mathematical formula, allowing 800 tons of steel to mimic the balance of a fluid dance. The bridge was built in Spain, shipped to Argentina in sections, and completed in December 2001. The $6 million project was funded entirely by a private donation from a local businessman. Despite its design, the opening went largely unnoticed. It was finished during the peak of Argentina's 2001 economic crisis, a period marked by massive civil unrest and a complete collapse of the country's institutional systems. As the city stabilized, the bridge eventually became a local icon. It was officially named the Puente de la Mujer, or Woman's Bridge. This name reflects its specific geography. The bridge is the centerpiece of Puerto Madero, where every street is named after a pioneering woman from South American history. While it was born during a period of national instability, the bridge remains a permanent fixture of the harbor. Today, its rotating deck serves as a daily functional gateway to a district dedicated to the history of Argentine women.